Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Verde, on a previous subcommittee, we heard testimony from Mr. Earl Devaney from the RAP Board that cited 3 agencies for most noncompliant with fraud, waste, and abuse, the second one being DHS. How does this go along with the process? Hold on one step. Let's go a step further. We actually heard Ms. Callahan talk about the Herculean efforts going to catch up on some of the bureaucracy or trying to catch up on some of these FOIA requests. And I'm having a hard time here. I'm a businessman. I'm a dentist. I actually watch government. 7 groups have to hang my television when I'm perfectly capable to do it myself. How does this process and how do these delays cause increased costs to the American taxpayer?
Well, it's clear that these sorts of delays result in increased litigation. EPIC has been forced to litigate FOIA requests to obtain the disclosure of records that we otherwise could have obtained directly from the agency without litigation costs and through the normal FOIA process if the deadlines had been met. And the way that this impacts the cost of the American taxpayer is that the FOIA statute contains a fee-shifting provision and a cost-shifting provision. And what that means is that when FOIA requesters are required by the agency to go to litigation to force disclosure of records, they can obtain fees from the agency. Often, EPIC litigates our own cases, and we have recovered fees from agencies on this basis. Those fees come directly from agency budgets, and they, at the end of the day, are funded by the taxpayer.
So we were building up a bureaucracy within a bureaucracy, right?
It is, and those costs are avoidable. If agencies work with requesters to meet statutory deadlines, then there's no need for litigation, and there's no need to invoke that fee-shifting provision.
Do you see a reason, if an individual, aside privacy issues, if an individual is given a FOIA, why it shouldn't be just broadcast to anybody?
I see no reason, and I think affirmative disclosure by the agency can be a powerful tool for increasing transparency and increasing open government.
So once we go through one individual, it could be used like in a mass media aspect where we allow the individuals all around America to pick and choose through technology driven.
There are many technologies that enable one-to-many communications that the Department could leverage in order to better publicize the documents that are requested by individual FOIA requesters and make them more widely available.
Okay, so a definite streamlined process should be in order.
I agree.
Thank you. Mr. Edwards, these FOIAs have had a kind of a chilling effect on, these delays have had a chilling effect on the FOIA request. I'm also from Arizona, and we've got a lot of problems with our southern border. We've got a lot of violence. How do you think this could have implicated the process, particularly of FOIA, and maybe getting proper information out to the proper authorities?
Without getting into specific FOIA cases, my team went ahead and did a review of the FOIA process. And what we found was even though in 2009 there was 103,000 and 2010 there was 130,000, 70% of that was immigration alien files, there were still a number of FOIAs that once they are completed, they could have gotten out of the door and it still ended up in the review process. The 1.5%, they're talking about the 662, which ended up in the significant review process, that also should not have been delayed. So I cannot really speak to the specific FOIA case, but this is what was our scope and this is what we observed.
Were there potential cases involving our Border Patrol, law enforcement on our southern border that could have been implicated by such a FOIA? Do you know of such?
I don't know of such, sir.
I'll yield back the balance of my time.